Arjun's footsteps echoed in the silence. The office building stood deserted. A thick fog had swallowed the city. It was a cold December night. He pulled his coat tighter, his breath misting in the air. He yearned for the warmth of his apartment. Arjun decided to hail a taxi. A lone cab pulled up, its headlights cutting through the fog. Arjun hurried towards it, relieved. He slid into the back seat. The interior was unusually cold. It smelled faintly of damp earth. He told the driver his address. The driver only grunted, a low rumbling sound. Arjun shivered, a sense of unease creeping up his spine. He glanced at the driver. The driver's face was obscured by shadows and the peak of a pulled-down cap. Arjun tried to shake off the feeling. It had been a long day. He was tired, that was all. The taxi moved like a ghost through the fog-choked streets. Streetlights became hazy orbs. Familiar landmarks disappeared into the white abyss. Arjun felt a knot of anxiety in his stomach. This route seemed unfamiliar. He looked at the driver, hoping for an explanation. The driver remained silent, his gaze fixed on the road ahead. There was something unsettling about that silence. Something unnatural. Arjun's unease morphed into fear. He cleared his throat, his voice trembling slightly. "Excuse me," he began. "I think you might have taken a wrong turn." The driver didn't respond. He continued to drive deeper into the fog. The city sounds had vanished. They were enveloped in an eerie silence, broken only by the soft hum of the engine. Arjun felt a chill run down his spine. He was trapped. Panic tightened its grip on Arjun's chest. He fumbled for the door handle. It wouldn't budge. He tried the window, his heart pounding in his ears. It was no use. He was sealed inside the moving tomb. He hammered on the glass partition separating him from the driver. "Let me out!" he shouted, his voice raw with fear. The driver slowly turned his head. For the first time, Arjun saw his face. His blood ran cold. The driver's face was pale, almost translucent. His eyes glowed with an unnatural light. A chilling smile spread across his lips. It wasn't a human smile. Arjun recoiled, his breath catching in his throat. He knew with a certainty that chilled him to the bone that he was not dealing with a man. He was in the hands of something else, something sinister, something not of this world. The car screeched to a halt. Arjun was thrown forward. He looked around, his heart pounding against his ribs. They were in a desolate part of the city. Derelict buildings loomed in the fog, their windows like empty eyes. The driver turned to him, his smile widening. He leaned in, his voice a raspy whisper. "End of the line." He pointed a long skeletal finger towards something behind Arjun. Arjun turned, his blood turning to ice. A single lamppost illuminated a weathered missing person poster. It was him. His own face stared back at him, a younger, more hopeful version of himself. The driver's laughter echoed through the fog, a chilling, hollow sound. Arjun understood. He was dead, lost in the fog, caught between worlds. He was doomed to wander, forever searching for his way home. The driver was just another lost soul, a ferryman of the damned. Arjun was the final passenger,